Hello everyone, this is Audio from Advanced Mechanics and welcome to another episode of Know Your Car. So in this week's episode, I'm going to be talking about a specific component in your car's braking system that is responsible for stopping or slowing down all the 4 tires of your car in just one press of the brake pedal. So as always, without any waste of time, let's get into the video. So the component I'm going to be talking about today is called the brake master cylinder. The brake master cylinder is a hydraulic cylinder that works by converting mechanical force from the brake pedal to hydraulic pressure, which is used to apply the brakes. It uses brake fluid to equally distribute hydraulic pressure to all the 4 wheels of your car. When you press your brake pedal, the brake master cylinder pushes brake fluid through brake lines to the caliper or wheel cylinders, which then presses the brake pads against the brake drums or brake discs, causing the vehicle to slow down or come to a complete stop. The brake master cylinder uses what is called Pascal's law. This law states that the pressure applied to a confined fluid is transmitted equally in all directions. But right now you might be thinking, what is Howard talking about? What is even Pascal's law? Shouldn't he be talking about the mechanics of a car? Before you go deep in your thinking, I'm going to explain this in the most simplest way possible because I want you to know how your car works. So please just closely watch this video. So the brake master cylinder has a small piston which creates brake pressure inside the brake fluid. This pressure is then transmitted through brake lines to larger pistons in the brake calipers or wheel cylinders. These larger pistons inside the brake calipers or wheel cylinders multiplies the force and allows brakes to be applied efficiently. In other terms, when you press down on your brake pedal, the pistons inside the brake master cylinders will create pressure that will be transmitted to the calipers or wheel cylinders. Because the pistons in the wheel cylinders or brake calipers are much larger compared to the pistons in the brake master cylinder, the bigger pistons will multiply the pressure, causing greater force to be exerted on the brake pads. This is the same reason why the little force exerted by the foot on your brake pedal is able to slow down or stop a heavy car, because the force exerted by the foot on the brake pedal is multiplied. And by the way, a component called the brake booster helps in achieving this. If you haven't watched how the brake booster works, I'll leave a link so that you check it out. The brake master cylinder is made of a cast iron or aluminum body, a reservoir tank that stores brake fluid, a piston or pistons that compress brake fluid to create hydraulic pressure, return springs that help pistons to return to their original position after braking, rubber cap seals that prevent leaks and are located inside the cylinder around the pistons, and valves that control the flow of brake fluid. The brake master cylinder is located on the driver's side inside the engine bay, often attached to the brake booster, which is also attached to the firewall. Now you know how the brake master cylinder works. What are some of the problems that can characterize a failing brake master cylinder? So on the brake master cylinder, the common thing that fails are the rubber cap seals. And once that happens, you experience things like brake fluid leaking from the master cylinder, abnormal brake pedal behavior like brake pedal sinking on traffic lights, the brake pedal may feel spongy, sometimes you may need to pump the brake pedal for your car to come to a complete stop, and in worst cases, you may have no brakes at all.